Most people have bought gold or silver in recent years, perhaps as a long-term investment, perhaps as protection in uncertain times. And then, inevitably, the question arises, where is the best place to store my precious metals? When faced with this question, many people automatically think of a traditional safe deposit box at the bank. It sounds familiar, solid, and secure, but this is exactly where the biggest misconception often occurs, because safe deposit boxes were never actually designed for precious metals. They were originally created for documents, smaller valuables, or jewelry, but not for physical holdings like gold bars or silver coins. In recent weeks, this topic has been especially prominent in the media. Whether in Gelsenkirchen or Bremen, there have repeatedly been reports of problems with safe deposit boxes. And that's exactly what should give us pause for thought. Because the truth is, safe deposit boxes are only insured to a very limited extent. They offer protection from prying eyes or spontaneous access, but they are not a place where you should store high-value items securely. Of course, in theory, anyone can put whatever they want inside and you can take out additional insurance. But in practice, it quickly becomes clear that things often get complicated in the event of a claim. No insurance company says no when it comes to collecting premiums. But as soon as it comes to paying out, things look very different. I know many cases where customers did not receive compensation despite having insurance, simply because they had no proof that the precious metals were actually still in the safe deposit box. And that is exactly the main problem with safe deposit boxes. There is no documentation. No one officially knows what is really in their box. If something is stolen or lost, the insurance will always ask exactly what was inside, when, and in what form. Even if you can present a list, you still have to prove that you didn't remove the items in the meantime. In practice, this kind of proof is almost never successful. This means you risk ending up empty-handed in a worst-case scenario, even though you did everything right. At least that's what you believe. That's why I recommend everyone who owns precious metals to take the step to a high-security storage facility. These facilities are specifically designed to securely store physical assets like gold and silver with proper documentation and full insurance. A high-security storage facility is not an ordinary vault, and certainly not a bank safe deposit box. It is a state-of-the-art self-contained system with strict access controls, multiple layers of video surveillance, and insurance tailored precisely for precious metal storage. What makes it special is that every deposit is documented in detail. The storage contract precisely records which items were deposited and when. This documentation is important not only for you as a customer, but also for our storage audits and for the insurance. At any time, it clearly shows what belongs to you, what is insured, and what can be checked during our physical inventory inspections. This means there are no doubts, no uncertainties, and no disputes in the event of a claim. Your inventory is fully recorded and secured. Another point that shouldn't be underestimated, in a high-security warehouse, nothing has ever happened in all these years. This is not only due to the massive construction, but also to the fact that, burglars tend to choose their targets carefully. Why should they try to break in where there is real steel and state-of-the-art security technology when there are easier targets elsewhere? Thin walls and thin sheet metal like you often find with conventional safe deposit boxes. In reality, perpetrators always choose the easiest path, and that's why safe deposit boxes are much more attractive to them than a professional high-security warehouse. In addition to security, flexibility also plays a crucial role, because with a high-security warehouse, you retain full control over your holdings, and that from anywhere in the world. You can grant authorizations, control access, and remain completely independent of bank opening hours or national borders. Confidentiality is just as guaranteed as discretion, since no reports are made to third parties and no data is unnecessarily shared. Especially in uncertain times, this is an invaluable advantage. No one knows if they might have to be in another country tomorrow. And then it's reassuring to know that you can still access your property flexibly at any time. Another aspect should not be overlooked either. The financial world is undergoing a transformation. The future is digital, as we see every day. Numerous banks are restructuring, closing branches, or reducing their range of services. Many traditional safe deposit box systems will simply no longer exist in a few years because they no longer fit into the business model of modern banks. There are already cases where customers have lost their safe deposit boxes because the bank branch was closed or merged. So if you are thinking long term, you should also plan your storage strategy for the long term. And that means choosing the right system from the very beginning. In this context, the high security storage facility offers you not only stability, but also future security. Your holdings are tangible and physically present, but at the same time digitally documented and managed in a system designed for the long term. You always know which items you have stored and can quickly sell or relocate them if needed. That is true control over your property. Not just in theory, but practically achievable no matter where you are. So to sum up, safe deposit boxes are good for documents, contracts, and maybe a few keepsakes. But for gold and silver holdings, they are completely unsuitable. A high security warehouse, on the other hand, offers the full package. Legal clarity, professional documentation, insurance coverage, flexibility, and absolute confidentiality. It is the place where your physical assets are protected in a way that matches their value. Reliable, transparent, and secure for the long term. We have summarized all the advantages in an overview. Write to me and you will receive it by email. Or visit our webshop at goldvorsorge.com. Under the menu item Storage, you will find all the information, and if you click on Storage Advantages there, you can access the overview immediately. You will be surprised at how significant the differences really are, and how much security and comfort modern high-security warehouses offer. Because one thing is certain, anyone who invests in precious metals is thinking long-term. And those who think long-term should store their gold and silver exactly where it belongs, in a high-security warehouse. Of course, you can find more information at goldvorsorge.com.